Man, yeah, same old.
I'm here with Cub Swanson. Cub, you've been in the game long enough. My first question is, let's go back to, at first it was jiu-jitsu, then wrestling found a way to beat jiu-jitsu, then jiu-jitsu and then sprawl and brawl found a way to beat that. Where are we at now from you, having seen so much, where are we at now? Like, what kind of style are we using now?
It's been changing. Striking definitely started taking advantage, of everything, and then it was like pure explosiveness. That was guys just being super explosive, getting quick knockouts, beating guys to the defense and everything. Now I'm not quite sure where it's at yet, but I think it's kind of mixing out, kind of rounding out right now.
Okay. And you as a fighter, over the course of your career, and this isn't to flatter you, you still pick things up. Like you always hear guys say, "Oh, I could beat me up last year." You generally could beat you up from 3 years ago when you were younger and maybe healthier. Whatever. What is it that makes you learn? Because you get some guys who, they're B level, they stay B level forever. You've straight went B, C, A, D, B, A. What happened? Did you go to a self-help seminar? Did you read a book?
I constantly will do whatever it takes. A lot of it was just mental. When I went to Greg Jackson's, that was like the biggest thing was me believing in myself 100%. You get doubts out like fight week, and you just have to be like, that your mind's playing tricks on you. So once I got over that was huge. But I always watch tape on myself, always picking myself apart. What am I doing wrong? I watch old tape. What did I do better then than I do now? So I'm consistently critiquing myself, and I've been doing that for 12 years. Okay. So it's always been my thing to pick myself apart and go, how could I be better? And that's just how I've always done it. And then whenever I have big setbacks, I've kind of, dive a little deeper and reinvent myself, as I feel like I've done this time.
And when you, having been always good with your hands, how do you know you're getting better? Because you take a white belt and he gets a blue belt. He knows, for without a doubt, he is better at jiu-jitsu. You were really good anyway with your hands. Were you just hitting harder in the gym? Was it they were flowing more? Was it
things are coming more natural. I don't have to work on them as hard. It's more muscle memory now. A big gauge for me is how I do with my sparring partners. I'm sparring. I've worked my way up to spar with Tim Bradley, helped him for his last camp. There's great guys in my gym. Before I would only spar like the lesser guys, and I've worked my way up to spar the best guys. So that's definitely a gauge, you can, an easy gauge. And the same thing I did it with jiu-jitsu, done it with wrestling, Okay.
And after all this time, how's your body? Like, is there anything... If I were a regular 30-year-old guy versus a 30-year-old guy to fight, is yours much different? Is yours...
I'd say I'm in really good shape, but I just have some little, knick-knack injuries, things that I've always dealt with. I broke my hands 8 times, so I have arthritis in my hands. Starting to get, pain in my joints here and there, but so now I kind of do a lot of icing, do a lot of... running on treadmill versus the street. I do a lot of things that I'm going to help, make my career longer. So I'm trying to be smarter.
Is there anything you do now that you wish you would have told 5 years ago self, you should have been doing it this way, this wouldn't have happened if?
No, I feel like everything that happened needed to happen. Okay. That's the way I learned. Okay. Kind of learned the hard way. I felt like I overtrained earlier in my career. Okay. I felt like I needed to do that to know that I can dig deep and that nothing is too hard for me. And then just all the little mistakes I've made, I feel like it made me who I am.
Okay. And going forward with your career, definitely resurgence because you're never really bad, but now you're just astronomical. What is stopping you besides matchmakers? Is it just that stopping you from getting up to the next?
Well, it's a huge difference from being in the outside the top 10 and being inside the top 10 and then being in the top 5. Okay. It's and I considered moving over to boxing a few years back. I thought about it and I knew that I would do well, but I would have been in the same predicament. As you get to that top 10 and it's like you have to make those minor adjustments. You can't make mistakes. Okay. And there's so many little things that I'm already here in MMA, so I just need to suck it up and quit running from, the problem that I had of being a perfect fighter, and that's the goal.
Okay. And you talked about the mental part. A lot of people don't really, they talk about it, but they don't get what that's like. Mm-hmm. How do you, as a man, as an individual, deal with like when that doubt comes in, when mortality becomes a thing? How do you swipe that away?
Just confidence in yourself, and then telling yourself that's real and the other stuff isn't. And it takes practice. I've read a lot of books on sports psychology, listened to a lot of stuff on YouTube. It's pretty easy, you know. And I've done a lot of tricks to train myself with music and stuff like that. So, you know, I feel good about all that stuff mentally.
Okay, great, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.